guys. Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I am so very tired. Hi. Ugh. Sorry. Oh, I'm literally crying. You see this right now? It hurts. Oh. Ugh. Yesterday was something. The damage. It's shedding season. So, bro, I literally, yesterday was just like a whole, dude, I don't even know what went on. Hi. So, I'll do a little debrief. Basically, so I was at my boyfriend's, I got picked up at, like, 2 p.m. because his mom was up at the Dunkin'. There's a Dunkin' by me, but, so, I go to my boyfriend's, I run some errands with his mom's. I end up getting to their house at around 3:34. So we get there, and, sorry, I'm so tired. I didn't get home until 1, and, everything's fine. His stepdad's there, and I'm gonna probably have to make up some fake names for this, for the safety of him and his family. But, so, basically, I get there, I'm helping his mom with chores, and I'm helping her with, I don't remember what she asked me to do, but I just knew I was doing, so I was doing something for her with leaves or something, and so I was there, and I'm helping her, and then I was doing something, and he was helping her with something. I was doing something involving leaves, and then, so, and I'm literally using my freaking, what do you mean is this, my eye brightener, because the eye bags are insane. I'm exhausted. But, and so, we're there. And basically, like, I'm just helping him with stuff, and then everything's fine for a while. Like, me and his friend, who I'm actually pretty chill with, me and my boyfriend's friend, we decide we're hungry, so we leave. We go to Dollar General, which is like, we were gone for about an hour and a half, because it was like a decently long walk there and back, and we took a while, and then, so we leave to go to Dollar General. I think that actually works pretty well. It's nice. So we are out of there to go to Dollar General. Good for you, Tommy. So we leave, and then primer. And then so we had left, and by the time we get back, I heard like yelling or whatever. And I didn't know what was going on, and by the time we got in, it had stopped. So like I just ignored it. And so we get in, and I hear this yelling. But by the time, like, we were walking up and we could hear the yelling from the street. But by the time we got in the house, it was gone. Like, we couldn't hear it anymore, so we left. And, then, so we left, right? Or we got in, and it was gone. Like, we couldn't hear anyone yelling anymore. So we're like, alright, that was weird, whatever. And then, so we go in, and we're fine. We sit in the room. It was me, my boyfriend, and my boyfriend's friends, and we honestly, like, just sat there in silence, all of us, watching TikTok on our own phones. And we just, like, sat there watching TikToks on our own phones. And so we were literally all just, like, doom scrolling for, like, an hour, right? And I promise you I'm getting to the point where it matters, right? And then, so, sorry, I'm trying to read, but I'm also trying to finish doing what I'm doing. And then, okay. And then, so, we're doom scrolling for a while, all of us, just kind of, like, doing our own thing. And at some point in time, I put my phone down and was watching what my boyfriend was watching, right? Blah, 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 blah. So, when we went to Dollar General, we got food, but we got microwavable food, and we weren't allowed to eat it because they had bought food. So I was like, bruh, alright, whatever. So that's why we were in the room, because we were waiting for them to be done making their food so we could make ours. And, it's such a tiny wand compared to what I'm used to with that one. And then, so, we made food. And I promise I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm reading everything. I'm just trying to keep my train of thought. But, so we make this food. Finally, it was, like, pizza rolls and some other stuff. And after, like, an hour and a half, they let us microwave it. And meanwhile, these pizza rolls were for me. I bought myself pizza rolls, and everyone decided they were going to eat my pizza rolls. So I was like, bro, what the heck? So I was looking mad about that, and so I kind of, like, stormed off. I was like, I'm not even hungry anymore, whatever, because I was being petty. So that's not really relevant, but, and then, so we leave to, hey, Allie. So we're all eating now, right? We're eating pizza rolls and Takis. Don't ask me why. We got really caught up on the idea to have this little, like, Charlie Brown dinner, but we found out pizza rolls and Takis are actually really good together. So, I mean, that was kind of a plus. And so basically, we're doing that, and we're eating our little Charlie Brown dinner, and then everything was fine. We finished eating. We went back into the room for a bit. My boyfriend left to go help his mom get something out of the attic. And then his friend ended up going home because it was late. And yeah, whatever. But so then it was just me, my boyfriend, and his 2 siblings. He has a little sister. And I'm not going to name anyone in this out of, like, their privacy and their safety because, you know. But he has a baby sister. And so she basically, and so she's a baby sister. He has a baby sister and a younger brother. So they're important for the story. And then, meanwhile, that night, we were planning on going ice skating. But we were doing it really late, which is why I got home at, like 1 a.m. I got home at, like, 1:13. 1:13. 10 or 10? Okay. I'm just gonna hope. And that's so much blush. I didn't even mean to put it up there. I messed up. It's fine. I'll blend it and hope. But, and so we got home really late. But anyway, so after he left, me and my boyfriend were sitting on the couch for a while. And we're getting ready to leave to go ice skating. And his mom was like, hey, Kay, go put your stuff in. She never uses my real name. I'm only called Kay over there. She was like, hey, Kay, can you go put your stuff in the car? Because she was taking me home after we went ice skating. I said, yeah, I can. I get out, I leave, and this is where it starts escalating. I leave to go put my stuff in the car. And my boyfriend follows me out because he had the keys. And, like, as we put the stuff in the car, we were, like, joking around, and we go back to the house, and all I could hear was screaming. Like, screaming. And his family isn't the greatest. I'm not going to get into it much, but all I could hear was screaming. And so I'm like, oh, shoot, like, what's going on? And I could hear his, like, they were both on yesterday, Miranda. But, so all I could hear was screaming. And so it, like, we could hear his little sister yelling at his parents to stop fighting. And by then, I did not know what to do. I had no idea what to do in this situation because, like, his parents obviously had fought before, but it was never this bad, and it was never when I was there. So this is the first time I was there for it, and it was honestly, like, scary. But, so good. And then, so they're, like, doing their thing, blah, 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 and we're just kind of sitting here, like, doing, like, me and my boyfriend were sitting outside the door, because we didn't want to go in, but we didn't, like, we knew we had to at some point, so we were just kind of stalling. And, like, at some point I literally said, I was like, I didn't know they would be doing it while I was here. And then, so they were screaming, right? Blah, blah, blah. And why did I put that away? And so we hear yelling, and eventually I go to try and open the door to get in. And his sister opens it and slams the door, and she was like, you don't want to come in right now. And I said, do you want to come out with us? She said, yes, please. So we got her out. His younger brother, I didn't know where he was, so we couldn't get his brother. So his brother had to deal with all of it. And I feel really guilty for not going in to get him. But I didn't know what was going on. I didn't want to, like, put myself in danger. And so me, his sister, and my boyfriend were just sitting outside the door for a while. Just, like, on the, like, right outside the door on the mat talking. And I proceed to go, I'm like, oh, shoot. I left my phone inside, and they're still arguing. So obviously, I ain't gonna go get that phone. I'm not gonna go get that phone. That was how it was. I was like, my phone is not worth this. I'm not going inside. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to know. I'm not doing it. But But so I was not gonna get that phone. My boyfriend goes, "It's fine, I'll go get it." I say no. He gets up, he walks in. His sister and I go to the trampoline and we start. It was a very very nice night. It was very clear. It wasn't like too cold. And obviously we were all decked out in our gear to go ice skating. So it's not like we were all decked out to go ice skating because we had all gotten dressed. So it's not like we were not wearing warm clothes. So it wasn't like freezing. And then so hold on. And then so we go. So on the trampoline, we're talking about stars, blah blah blah. And we're talking about it, and I see my boyfriend walk out, and he looked distraught. He looked like he genuinely looked like really distraught. And I didn't know what to do because I'm just kind of chilling here. So eventually, his brother made it out of the house. I don't exactly know how or when, but I remember seeing Christian walking over to us, and my boyfriend went and leaned on the car, and I was like, I told him, and I told the kids, I was like, I'm gonna go sit with 8. Hey, you guys go do your thing. And so I get off, I go sit with him, and anyone who has watched me before knows damn well I talk about my boyfriend way too much. So you guys already know a lot about him. But basically, and so I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go sit with A. So the kids, I leave them to play. I go to, sit with my boyfriend. And so they're playing Gaga Ball, and I was sitting with my Mian, and we were just kind of like talking. And we were sitting on the back of the car and looking at the stars and stuff. And the kids end up coming over. And so the kids come and they sit on the car with us. And we're all just like doing our thing and we're chilling. And the younger brother, who obviously he's lived in a house where he watches a lot of fighting. So he tends to be an instigator, the brother. And so he is basically like, and so he's like yelling at his sister, and he's like yelling at her. He's like, move, 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 because there was enough room for all of us on the car. He just didn't want to be near her. He wanted to sit next to my boyfriend. My boyfriend didn't feel like moving. So I was like, Christian, just sit next to your sister and deal with it. I just accidentally named drop, but whatever. I was like, just sit next to her. It's fine. And so basically, while this is all going on, they're still in the house and we can see them through the window. And then while we're all sitting on the back of this car, while we're all sitting here, we see his stepdad walk out of the house holding like this white binder. And he like got in his car. He said bye to Aiden's younger sister because she's his favorite, and he left. And we just kind of sat there for a while. We didn't want to go back in. We didn't really know what to do, so we left. Or he left. We didn't go anywhere. So we sat up there for another like 15 minutes, and then So we sat up there for like a good 15 minutes, and eventually, his younger sister was like, "It's really cold. I didn't get my shoes on before you guys got me out here because I didn't want to go in." And I was like, "That's all right." So I go inside. It's just his mom in there, and she sounds like upset on the phone. And she was on the couch. I walk by into his sister's room, grab her shoes, and I leave again. And I stay outside. And so we were out there, and so we were all outside, and we basically, sorry, hold on. Ooh. But so I bring her shoes, and then it got cold after a while, so we were like, everything seems fine, let's all go back inside. We go back inside, and immediately my boyfriend's mom calls him into her room. They start talking about something. I left to go hang out with the kids because I wasn't nosy. I didn't want to know what was going on, honestly. So I didn't ask. I just left. I left and I sat with the kids. And we were playing a game on like his sister's tablet or something. And she basically, we're playing a game, and like the kids, like her brother starts like screaming because he like lost or whatever, and he's a sore loser. So he started like losing it. He starts like crashing out, and basically like they start arguing, at which obviously eventually triggered their mom. She comes out of the room and she like freaks out. She yelled, like she was like, "Your father just took the deed to the house," which was the little white a binder that he had apparently brought out and put in the car, "and we're probably gonna get evicted." And she screamed that at the kids, and I'm sitting here like, and I've been dating my boyfriend for a while, so I've seen a few fights between them, but it's never been like this bad. So she was like, "Me and your father are getting a divorce. He just took the deed to the house, and we're probably gonna get evicted." And that's what she said. And she ran back to her room and kicked my boyfriend out. And so my boyfriend came and sat with us. And for a while, we were just trying to like cheer the kids up because his sister started freaking out when she said that, which rightfully so. And so I was comforting his sister. And at this point, it was really a make or break if we were still going ice skating. But these tickets were not cheap. Like these were some expensive tickets. So we kind of like didn't really have a choice. And so after a while, we could tell his mom was on the phone with someone in the bedroom. And we were all just sitting out there playing this game, trying to ignore everything that had happened. And eventually she says, "Go on, guys, get in the car." And at this point, I'm like, "We're still going?" ? All right. And we kind of assumed it would just be his mom. And then his stepdad shows back up and gets in the car, and we all go. It was me, my boyfriend, and then his 2 siblings in the back, and then they were sitting there. And so we're just like, oh Lord, this is gonna be interesting, and it was. But they get back in the car. There's some like random banter, like there's some like at one point his stepdad is Romanian, like thick Romanian. He's lived in America for a good like 10-15 years now, and he still like struggles a little bit on like some words. But like the other day we had to correct him about the word smelting, like smelting of metal being a thing. He was not happy about that, to the point where he Googled it and was wrong, but whatever. And then he basically, he was talking on the phone in Romania, and she was like, who are you on the phone with? Who are you on the phone with? Who are you on the phone with? And he literally was like, none of your fucking business. And then said her name. And meanwhile, me and my boyfriend are half asleep at this point because I was exhausted. So like I'm in the back, half asleep. And my boyfriend was out most of this car ride. He fell asleep before we even got out of his town. Because we go to the same school, but he doesn't live in the same town as I do. We're in the same county, but he lives in he should go to an entirely different school, but he goes to the one I go to, which I'm very lucky for, but I don't know how long it's gonna last without stepdad. Which is also a thing. This might like totally. There's a good chance they'll either move, or they're gonna have to take the kids out of the school district they're currently in and put them in the one by their house to be able to like have them take the bus, because it stopped. Looks like it's going so great. And but so the kids the kids end up arguing in the car. And like they just get told to like literally it ends up being like just shut up. Like that was what they were saying. And meanwhile I am holding my very asleep boyfriend while we're on this like 30-minute drive to Philly. Because that's we went to an ice skating rink in Philly. It was very nice, I recommend. And I'm like just holding my boyfriend while he's like out. And we and so we go, and oh my eye. But so once we got there, it was fine. Once we actually got to the ice skating rink, they pulled it together because there was other people there that we were like grouped with people. But we like once we were at the place, it was alright. But it was something. I'll say that much. Definitely not what I expected. But yeah. And we ended up so we basically ended up staying at the place until like we stayed until like what? I don't even know. We stayed until like 12. No, we stayed until like 11:30. It was a 30-minute ride there. And then 30-minute ride there, and then came back, and I got home at like 1:13. So I'm very tired. But it was fun. I had fun, and I actually don't know what's going on right now. I don't know. I was supposed to be going to a water park with his stepdad and his stepdad's friend's family. Don't think that's happening anymore. So I don't know what's going on, but I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day and stay positive and don't argue about ice skates. Bye.